When Ty was 6 months old, he started getting very sick. He started with an ear infection, it turned into a double ear infection. He had a rash all over his body. He was getting sicker and sicker. We finally went to our family doctor and he decided to send him for blood work.
At that point, I asked the doctor on call, I said, could you please tell us what's wrong with our son? And at that point, they said that he possibly had leukemia.
Your whole life stops as soon as you hear that your child has cancer, and he was only 7.5 months old. And then they came and they said, well, we're actually sending you by helicopter and they're on their way, so you'll be leaving in 40 minutes.
It struck the sense of urgency knowing that he needed to be flown over there immediately.
The doctor on call was Dr. Crooks. He came in and he was made us feel very comfortable right away.
So we were able to admit him and settle him down and start the ball rolling for getting his diagnosis, which turned out to be acute myeloid leukemia. Leukemia is a cancer of the blood and the bone marrow. So what happens is within the bone marrow, which is the factory that makes all the blood cells, one cell somewhere starts to go wrong and develops into a leukemia cell, which then grows and multiplies and takes over the whole of the bone marrow. AML is usually a diagnosis of older people. The treatment that we prescribe is pretty intensive chemotherapy. It's so intense that we recommend that children stay in hospital pretty much for the whole of that time that they're on treatment.
We ended up at the IWK for 7 months to the day, and he learned everything there. He learned to crawl, he learned to walk, he learned to say his first words. He definitely became a well-socialized baby from being over there.
Obviously, once somebody has finished their treatment, then hopefully they will remain leukemia-free for the rest of their life. And so Ty has a pediatrician up in Prince Edward Island, and they will see him on the times that we don't see him for a physical examination to check in to make sure that he's doing okay. Because just because he has leukemia doesn't mean he can't do all the rest of the ordinary childhood things that everybody else does.
The Sixth Link has a cancer-free bell that everybody gets to ring when their children become cancer-free. Me and Ty both rang the bell together, and he rang it hard, probably the hardest I've heard it. It's almost like he knew it was his day and he beat cancer. I felt it ring through my whole body when it rang. It was very powerful, and it marked the end of probably the longest, hardest journey that we probably will ever have to face as a family.
The IWK is responsible for my whole existence. I was a first-time mom. I was on the verge of not being a mom, and because of them, I get to still be a mom to the best little boy that anyone could ever want. It was very scary to think that he wouldn't even have got to say mom before something happened. So to hear him say mom was an amazing, amazing thing. I don't know.
When you're in despair, they give you hope, and a hope for a better day tomorrow, and a hope for a better life for your children, and that's exactly what they did for us.